Now with us is the president's attorney, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Mr. Mayor, great to see you.
Sean, good to see you.
All right, a lot of news. Let's get your reaction to Congressman Meadows, Jordan, and more importantly, the third renewal, the fourth FISA warrant Rod Rosenstein signed off on.
Rod Rosenstein is one of the people in charge of this case, so I'm not going to get involved in critiquing his conduct unless at the end we have to. I'm hopeful he's going to make the right decision. I see the case falling apart. I see in front of my eyes what happened yesterday with the first of Cohen's tape, what happened today with the one with Chris Cuomo, which is not Cuomo's fault, it's his fault. That one, I mean, they've been saying all along, did the president know about it? Cohen says on the tape he didn't know about it. Did Cohen pay for it? Cohen said he paid for it. Was it for the campaign or was it personal? Cohen says it was personal. Over and over again. Not just one, it's a 2-hour tape. And Cuomo, like a reporter, presses him, and he sticks with his story. Why? Totally, with regard to that particular situation, once again, totally legitimate conduct.
From what we read of this was a 2-hour conversation, but let's go back to last night for just a second. And you have listened to that tape how many times? And some say that it's a check, and you say that the president said check.
The president said, I have it right here.
I have the transcript.
I had 5 people go over it, then another 5. You got to listen to it 4 or 5 times, which is when I talked about mafia tapes. I wasn't talking about this being a mafia tape. I said, I'm an expert on tapes. I did 4,000 hours of men on tape saying, hey, Rocco, what are we going to do today?
Oh, my gosh. So we're going to put you in the next movie.
Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah. Donald Trump says, don't pay with cash. Interruption. Cohen, no. I got it. Check. No. And then very, very suspiciously, he cuts the tape off because it's a very, very innocent, very solid explanation. Now, here's another reason it had to be checked. Before it, they talk about doing it by corporation. How are they going to do cash through a corporation? $150,000.
It's impossible.
You might as well sign up for jail.
Yeah. Let's look at the big picture. The status, this has gone on. Look at the country, it's so divided. I've been very harsh in terms of, I believe that a presidential election at the highest levels, that the fix was in, that Hillary was guilty of obstruction and violating the Espionage Act, and it was rigged. I believe you see what we learned about the FISA warrants on Saturday night. They never verified the information. They never corroborated the information. They purposely withheld from the judges on 4 separate occasions that this was Hillary Clinton bought and paid for what turned out to be Russian lies. There's a Russia conspiracy here. There's a Russian influence.
If you look at, theoretically, one of the things they're concerned about, did the president obstruct justice when he fired Comey? First of all, he has a right to do it under Article 2. Secondly, he made it clear to Lester Holt he did it knowing that the investigation would continue, so he couldn't have obstructed it. And third, he had about 50 reasons for doing it, including the Horowitz report that kind of outlines it all.
The witness say is Rod Rosenstein.
On the other hand, how does Hillary not get prosecuted for destroying tapes, lying at least 3 or 4 times, having people tell totally phony stories, false exculpatory statements, destruction of evidence? That's all evidence of intent, corrupt intent.
So let's go.
And Mueller reads that all away, as if it didn't exist.
You told Laura last night.
Not Mueller, excuse me.
I know, you got it. Comey, got it. You told Laura Ingraham last night that there are no more tapes on Donald Trump. Everyone's reporting it. There's 12 tapes. It makes it sound like
Avenatti was running around all weekend saying he said it on ABC. He actually said he got it from Cohen, and I mean, he says it on TV. Dershowitz cross-examined him brilliantly and got him to say he got the tapes from Cohen, and there were numerous tapes with President Trump. Well, the government must be hiding them if that's the case. And I assure you, the Southern District of New York is not hiding evidence. In fact, I can't imagine.
Some of the best prosecutors came out of there.
I can't imagine they aren't shocked by this unbelievable assault on the attorney-client privilege. My God.
Yeah.
I never heard of this.
America's been following this, and I've been given a very different narrative that is really everything we've reported has come true. I wish some of it was wrong, by the way. And I still say that the heroes in this are going to be FBI and CIA guys. My question to you is this now coming to an end? Because you talked last night, and I watched Alan Dershowitz after, that there won't be any talk about obstruction with the president. Then is there going to be a subpoena fight? Is there going to be any discussion about collusion? And why would you ever allow him to talk to this group of people, which I have very strongly criticized?
Well, it certainly is a big barrier. There's no reason to talk about obstruction because Article 2 precludes obstruction. The defenses to obstruction are overwhelming, including what I told you, his saying he knew the investigation would go on to Lester Holt. They conveniently leave that off whenever they play that tape. Amazing what they do with tapes. However, there is a narrow area where Jay and I both think that we might think about it, and we're in discussions with the special counsel about it. It would all have to do with collusion, so there's no perjury trap. It would all be done so we get this thing over with quickly.
Why do I not believe that they could do it without setting a perjury trap?
Well, then they'll give up on the obstruction point, where there's no obstruction case, and what they're trying to set up is the president against Comey, and they're going to believe Comey, no matter the fact that Comey is probably one of the most incredible guys around.
Will this be done before the election?
I believe it will. I think Mueller wants to get it over before the election. I really believe that.
Good for the country.
Yeah.
You think he's a good man?
I think he's okay. I think he's a good man. I think he's got some people around him that
Andrew Weissman is pitbull.
Including one with a record that's astoundingly bad.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Sir, Mr. Mayor, great to see you as always. Thank you.